Okay, well, this should be interesting because I am a dog and I can't speak. So I'm having to borrow someone else's voice. And to make it even more complicated, the voice that I'm using is a female human and I am a boy dog. Yeah, so this should be pretty interesting. Well, I am an adopted dog. My new family got me from the shelter. I don't know what happened to my other family. I don't know if I lost them or they lost me. But they were up in age. I know that now because they move a little slow, you know, and I had to be kind of careful so I wouldn't knock them over. And well, anyway, hopefully they're okay. But before somebody picked me up and took me to the shelter, man, I had to grow up fast. I did. By dog years, I'm only 21. I mean, I kind of feel like a puppy, but then I don't act like one all the time. But let me tell you what you have to do when you are a rescue dog. First of all, once you're rescued, hey, we may be animals, but we know that in most cases, rescue is good. I know that's not always the case because I heard some stories at the shelter with the other dogs and cats. Sometimes those families are pretty rough. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about them. Well, my name is Snoopy. The shelter gave me the name Snoopy. My other family, they named me Clyde. Clyde. Yeah. You see, you can see from my picture that first I don't even look like a boy dog, do I? I look kind of feminine, huh? I have this baby face, but let me tell you, it has worked to my advantage. People love baby face dogs. They sure do. But anyway, they thought that Clyde would make me seem stronger. Well, I don't know about that, but I like Snoopy better. So nobody knows my name was Clyde, and I have no way to tell them. So I'm telling you. Okay, well, first I was at they call them a foster family. I don't know about time because I'm a dog, but it was during, that holiday where people have this tree with these lights and presents and get a lot of treats, toys, stuff like that. I was there. And soon after that, I came to my new family. When they came to visit me, it was my lady and my big girl and my baby girl. They came to visit me at the foster house. And I knew they were sweet because they rubbed me and they rubbed my belly. And they really thought that I was really in love with belly rubs. That was not the case. I had that surgery. You know that surgery that they do on us. It was not comfortable. So I had to open my legs and air out every chance I got. But a belly rub is good. Belly rub is good. No complaints. And I still roll over every now and then, so they'll think I really love it. And like I said, it's nice. I'm not complaining. Because see, I love to cuddle. Uh, I kind of remember my first family doing a lot of hugging and stuff. So I'm just glad that my new family, well, they understand that I kind of needed that. I love it. But let me tell you what I had to do. Okay, first, let me go back. When they came to get me and all my stuff, my food and my bed from the foster house, which I don't like. One that has a big Christmas stuff on it. That's what they call it. That's what they call it. Christmas. Well, when I got to my new house, it's really big. Well, they still had one of those trees there with the lights. And I'm ashamed to say that one day when I had to go to the potty really bad, well, I, I, I couldn't make the granny understand that I needed to go outside. And I really didn't know how to make anybody know it, but the granny was the one at home. So I had to do my business on that tree. Oh, the granny was pretty upset with me. But I think she looked more helpless than anything else. She wasn't mad at me, but I felt bad and I was kind of scared because I hadn't been there very long. Well, I hadn't been here, and I didn't want to go back to the shelter. But I knew I had to get these people on board, and we had to learn about each other, and I had to watch them so I could know how to work them. That sounds bad, huh? But hey, I don't have hands. I can't speak, so I have to observe, just like they have to observe me. So I might be jumping all over the place. Remember, I'm a dog, okay? So you just have to try to keep up. Well, in my new house, I have my lady, my big girl, my little girl. I have my man, and I have the granny. I don't say my granny because she told me I am not your granny. I'm the granny. Well, actually, she used the word nana, but she said for me I had to use granny. It's kind of mean, huh? But that's okay. I'm the only one who thinks of her that way, so that's all right. Um, we have this. We have a connection. Yeah. Well, things were moving really fast, and I got a lot of hugs and the big girl. Man, when she fixed my food, I had kibble. Yeah, that's the dry stuff, the crunches, hurt your teeth, and the wet stuff, and something else mixed in it. It was delicious. Delicious. But I didn't want to get too comfortable because see when you've been lost and then somebody finds you, it's kind of hard to get comfortable because you're scared because you don't want to do something that makes them take you back and they don't want you anymore. And it didn't take me long to know that I want to stay here. This is home. Yeah. So I had to make sure that I was careful. So I can't tell you everything because my memory's not wonderful, but one of the things that stands out is the big girl. She's got this soft voice, but she's kind of firm. So I learned that pretty quick. I thought because her voice was so soft that I could make her do whatever I wanted her to do. Well, no, not quite. If a dog could laugh, I would have. Well, no, because I have to use my baby looks. I have to be cute and cuddly and innocent, you know? So the big girl, my big girl, was trying to get me to come up the stairs. But she thought that I didn't know how to walk up the stairs. So she picks me up and carries me up the stairs. Well, that was a little nerve wracking because I thought she was going to drive me down the stairs. And let me tell you, I have fallen down many stairs and it is not nice. When we got up to the top of the stairs, I told you this is a big house. She put me down and I'm like, ugh. But again, I didn't know if I should show her that I could walk down the stairs. But when she reached down to try to pick me up again, I had to do my fallout thing, you know? You know how you just kind of just go limp and you just fall out. And I heard her say I was acting like a baby. Well, I'm not a human. So was I acting like a puppy? Well, I don't know. I told you I get kind of confused sometimes. But anyway, I walked myself on down upstairs so she wouldn't be trying to carry me. So that was the first test. But she had already figured out that somebody had been my people before. Because I know how to sit. I know how to do a lot of things. They don't even know everything I know how to do. But I can't show them everything, you know? They know I'm smart. Well, I mean, I'm smart, so they can't miss that. But I have to play not really dumb, but I have to doggy down for them sometimes. Especially with my lady. And she lets me do pretty much whatever I want to do. I kind of knew that when I was at the foster home. So, yeah, that's my lady. My man was kind of slow to warm up to me at first. And I think I was kind of slow to warm up to him because, I mean, he's a man. He's a big man. And every pack has a leader. And just like with animals, our family of humans is a pack. So I had to figure out the order. Really, I haven't figured that out yet, but I kind of got all of them wrapped around my paws, so I don't really have to. But yeah, my man is my man. He'll 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 rub on me and let me get up on him and stuff. I don't push the falling all out in his lap like I do the rest of my family. That first week, full week, I've heard them use that word. I don't know how many days that is, but my big girl left. I know I know now that she comes back. So will they all leave to go where humans go? And I was here with the granny and she let me sit in her lap all day, every day. My bed was in her room, and she talked to me, and we listened to I think they call it music. We had fun. Then I started picking up on what everybody did, and usually my man leaves, and then my lady leaves, and then my baby girl leaves. And I don't try to go out the front with, and I know, it's a front and a back. I don't know if they knew that I knew that before I came here, but yeah. Um, but that's what they do every day. And then it changes for um, a while. Again, I don't know how many days, but they don't they don't get up early. And which I kind of like staying in my bed a little longer, and they have learned that I don't like cold. And the foster people bought me a coat, and I like it. Um, I don't like rain either. But see, before the shelter found me, I had to sleep outside, and I wasn't used to that. It was hard, and I don't really want to think about those days, so I'm not going to talk about them. Well, all of their personalities are different. Um, like I said, my lady lets me do what I want to do, but I learned early that she does have a line that you can't cross. And I still don't know why I did it. There was no reason that I did it. Like maybe I was testing them. But I pooped in her room. Now look, I don't like pooping inside. And we hadn't gotten ourselves together yet. But if I had done what I know I'm supposed to do and gone downstairs and stood at the door or got their attention somewhere, got somebody's attention, they would have let me outside in the back to potty. But I just, and if I did have to go inside, I would hide it. I wouldn't do it out in the open. Well, I sneaked in the room, see. Nobody was in there. But I didn't try to hide behind anything. I just let her rip right there in plain view. My man found it. And he called my lady. And I didn't know what she would do, but she grabbed my collar and she marched me right over to that poop and made sure that I knew what it was. Well, of course, I knew what it was. I put it there. And the dogs at the shelter told me that humans think that dogs don't like their noses put in their poop. They don't. I mean, we don't care. It's ours. We don't care. It doesn't bother us. But we know what you're trying to say. So we pretend. But anyway, she fussed at me, and I took myself on down those stairs pretty quick. And I will never, if I have to bust wide open, I will never poop in my lady's room again. hmm And since I'm confessing, I only had one other poop. Um, what I can I don't know if I should say accident, I don't know, but it was in my man's room, where he pushes all those buttons and things. But I hid it this time, so, but I still got in trouble. Now, mind you, when I get in trouble, nothing happens. They just say go to bed or no, no, no. And yeah, at the shelter, we were laughing about that. We understand quite a few words. We understand quite a few things that our humans say to us. But we can't let you know that. Um, but we do respond when we want to know. Oh, and I told you about my big girl. She's really nice, but she can be firm. And she says it all with the same tone of voice. And that was confusing me because I I had to try to figure out when she was upset and when she wasn't. But I did. Yep. I ran away. I tried to get out the front door. Oh, I wasn't. I heard them talking, and I think they thought I was trying to run away from here. No, this is my home. I just wanted to go outside. And I was not listening to anybody. Well, my big girl tackled me, and I'm like, whoa, okay, okay. She had to do it one more time. I forgot, see, when she came back the next time to visit, but I don't think I'm going to forget again. Now, baby girl, I can pretty much do what I want to do with her. She lets me get on her bed. I get on my lady's bed too. I get on my big girl's baby too. The granny will not let me get on her bed. The only thing my baby girl will do is she'll put me out of her room. And I have a bed. I have a lot of beds. I have a bed right in front of her door. Actually, it's in front of her door and my lady and my man's door where their bed is. So that's a good place. And then if I peep around the corner, the granny's door is right there. And I can hear her when she's moving around in her room and when she opens her door. So, but I learned kind of early too about the granny. In the shelter, we headbutt. I don't remember if I would ever headbutt my other family or not. But, well, I can't speak. And for a long time, I stopped barking because when I was lost out there, I learned how to be quiet. So the other bully dogs wouldn't bother me and people would leave me alone. The people weren't so bad because, like I said, I'm cute. Um, I don't look like I'm gonna do anything, like bite or scratch or anything. I will though, but I don't look like it. But other dogs, they gave me a hard time, so I didn't bark. But I could headbutt. And yeah, a couple of times I would headbutt the doors if I wanted them to let me in. And the only person who fussed at me about that was the granny. And she said, you need to stop doing that because it's aggressive. It is. But not to hurt anybody. I just want them to open the door and let me in. You know, I don't have hands. I can't knock on the door, can I? No. And I don't think I'm supposed to scratch the door. Well, anyway, I still do it every now and then, but like I said, I, I don't get much discipline. But I'm not, I'm not bad. I can be stubborn, and I don't listen sometimes, but I'm a dog. Anyway, I was trying to kiss on the granny. Evidently, my other family let me do a lot of kissing, and she doesn't like that. She said, no, no. Well, I ignored her. And then she pushed me down, and then I jumped up. I can jump really high. And I headbutted her. I think she was shocked. So I guess no other dog, the other dog, the one that they talk about all the time, Reese's, I'll tell you about him in a minute. I guess he didn't headbutt. But anyway, I guess I was being kind of bad that day. I headbutted her again, and I think I hurt her lip because the way she moved her head, I'm not sure. I wasn't trying to. And she knew that. And she told me no, really forcefully. I don't know why I did not listen. I guess I needed to, well, again, I'm used to doing what I want to do. I did it again, and she popped me on my butt. I was shocked. It didn't hurt, but I can I can pull out a sad face instantly. And that's what I did. The granny talks. And I understand what she says too. So she told me why she did it. And I couldn't do it anymore. And then she petted me. She rubbed my head and that let me know that she wasn't mad at me because remember, I hadn't been here very long. And I think that was the same week or the same whatever that I did my business on the tree. I'm not sure, but I think so. But I didn't want them to take me back or I get lost again. But she told me she wasn't mad at me, but that it hurt and I couldn't do it anymore. So I won't. I won't do it again. So we have to learn about each other. We really do. I got in trouble a couple of times for pulling things off the counter. But they have so much temptation. It's all kind of good stuff up there. But I broke something. So I got in trouble. Well, what they call trouble. I just got fussed at. But I don't do it anymore. Um, I know they're not going to send me away. I would have to do something really bad for them to send me away. Oh, but the granny and my baby girl. Well, first, the granny was in the door, and my baby girl took me in the backyard to do my business. And you know, I do this. I have this thing that I do. I have a certain place that I tinkle, and I have a certain place that looks like they put it up there for me, but I think it was for the other dog. And that's where I poop. But there are some dogs that live on. There's a big one and a little one on one side, and another one that I don't hear very often. But they were trying to come through the fence. And my baby girl was out there. It was loud and they were calling me back, but I didn't want them to come through and get my baby girl. I couldn't let them do that. I had to protect her. And I I I, I was scared. I was so scared. But I did come back. Plus the granny had me some cheese. And that kind of helped me to, come on back. But I was scared to death. But you know what? I would not let them hurt my baby girl. And I did not get the poop until my man and my lady came home. Ugh. And then it wasn't the same day, but maybe it was close. The granny and I were outside waiting for my baby girl to come from wherever it is that she goes every morning. I hear them talk about bus, so I know what a bus is, but I haven't really seen a bus come down this street, so I guess I will. But and I could hear the dogs because on the other end of the street, that's where most of the dogs are, and I I don't trust them. I don't. They're sneaky and I'm not ashamed to admit that I'm scared. Um, um, I'm not a coward, but I don't want to get eaten up by a dog. Ugh. Well, anyway, I'm sitting there listening, and all of a sudden, well, first this man came through and stopped and was talking to the granny. We had seen him not that long ago. I think he forgot the way he was talking. But anyway, he went on down the street, and here comes this big dog, and he was running around tinkling in everybody's yard and going back and forth like a crazy animal. And he came in the street, and then he saw me, and he came charging over there. But the granny was yelling and screaming, and she had that chair. And at first, he got in my face, and he was looking at me, and I was looking at him, and he was baring his teeth, and I was baring mine. And then he started go. Oh my goodness gracious! I was so scared. But the granny was screaming, and she had her chair, and he backed up. He backed off, and the granny was telling his people to come and get him. And at first he wasn't coming, but then finally he was trying to come down the street, but he was kind of round. So he I think something was wrong with his feet, so he didn't move very quickly. But the granny was mad at him, and she said a couple of bad words, and the dog was just going crazy and running. And then I know that the granny told him about her baby on the bus, and then I'm like, oh, my baby girl is coming from over there. That's the same direction where that wild dog, his name was Astro, whatever that is. And the granny was scared, and I was scared because what what if he tried to hurt my baby girl? You know? Well, we looked, and the man was still trying, kinda, to catch him, and he was just running all over the place and just, oh my goodness, he was just, mm, I don't think he'd ever been outside, really. And then finally we saw my baby girl coming down the street, but he passed her. We saw him. He was running so fast, and the man was trying to trot, but he didn't catch him. He never did catch him. But Oh, I forgot. Before that, when the man got to our yard, he asked the granny, why didn't she take me inside? And the granny said, because I was in my yard. Yeah, I like that. That is my yard, huh? That's my yard, and the back is my yard, and this is my house, and these are my people. So now, what you gonna do about that? Well, anyway, I think his feet was hurting for real. But baby girl didn't even skip a beat. She kept right on walking, and she came up to me, and we got ourselves together. We forgot our chair, and we went on inside. Oh my goodness, I was trembling. I couldn't stop trembling. And the more baby girl was rubbing on me saying, oh, the more I trembled. The granny was mad, and it was just a mess. Well, I like going in the front. My front yard. I like that. And I don't know when I will be able to go out there and not be looking for Astro. But anyway, this I'm home. This is my home. So hopefully Astro will stay in his home. Well, let me see. What other things have oh, I went to the place where you get your bath, the groomers, I think, and I got a bath, and the bath was fine, but it was too many other dogs. It was just too many other dogs. I wish I could go and get a bath up there with the ladies by myself. That would be good. But they washed me down, and they were so sweet, and they were talking about how sweet I am. But everybody says that I am. I'm very sweet. But I will look like I'm sweet when I'm an old dog. Hmm. Well, they found out that I like to ride in a car. They didn't know that. So that was fun. That was fun. But they didn't let me go again. That was not good. So baby girl didn't go. Big girl was here. She came back. Oh, and when she came to the door, I didn't know if I was gonna ever see her again. And I was so happy to see her. I was. And she let me sit in her room on her bed. And I slept in her room, but she won't let me sleep in her bed. I can sit on her bed, but I cannot sleep in her bed. Okay, don't push. It's okay. Well, I told you that I don't bark. I barked when Astro was in my face, and I barked when the other dogs were trying to get through the fence, and I thought they were going to hurt my baby girl. But today, which is really why I'm doing this, because I'm like, you know what? If I don't start keeping a record of this, I'm gonna forget. You know, I'm a dog. I don't remember things forever. But I think Reese's came to visit me because something was downstairs, and I didn't realize he was that big. I was kind of scared, but he let me know that he wasn't there to hurt me. But he told me I better be good to his people. But he didn't have to tell me that. I know that my people used to love him. Well, no, they still love him because they talk about him a lot, and they missed him, and that's why they got me. So I hope the Reese's will help me because he's I mean he's not here anymore. He's in the dog pasture, but maybe he'll help me as I grow up into an older dog. Cause I can be bad sometimes. Nobody really knows that I can be bad except the granny and my big girl. The others don't think I'm bad. And I'm not bad with the big B. I'm bad with the little B. But I know that they love me. And I sure do love them. I feel good when everybody comes home. I don't know when my big girl will be back, but she'll be back. She'll be back. She has a new bed. Mm-hmm. They were in there putting it together or building or whatever it is that humans do. But it's really nice. Feels real good too. Baby girl's bed has a kind of a look. It feels good too, and it's really really tall. Well, my lady in my man's bed feels good too. I guess I'm not gonna ever find out about the granny's bed because every time I try to get her, she pushes me over. But that's okay. She don't push me hard, but um, well. Anyway, it was fun sharing my adventures, and I don't know. I barked so much today. I tell you, my throat hurt. Um, but I was at first I was scared of resist. I just saw this big, but this big shadow like thing, and like I said, I didn't know he was that big. But he wasn't here to hurt me. He was just visiting his people. Hmm. He told me that there were squirrels in the attic. I'm not quite sure what that is, but he tried to explain it to me. But I don't care as long as they stay up there. But we'll see. We'll see.